Hey, it's Denise. I just got back from doing a little shopping, and I wasn't planning on doing a little shopping today. In fact, I was totally sweating it that I had to bring my car into the mechanic. When that check engine light comes on and all of a sudden your car is behaving badly, that usually means a huge bill. And I'm really not in a position for a huge bill right now. Got enough of those. So I was kind of filled with dread as I went to the mechanic because I was expecting it to be like, you know, hundreds of dollars, as it often is when you go in when you really don't have any clue what the problem is. I'm not even going to get into what the problem was because I'll just get it wrong trying to explain it. And yes, I admit it, I'm not someone who knows anything really about cars. But the good news was the bill was so much lower. Like, I've never paid $34 at a mechanic before. $34. The check engine light is off and the car is driving right again. Like it's trying to get me speeding tickets, which is how it should be driving. It's a big V8 and it's supposed to go fast. So when it was dragging ass and not wanting to accelerate, I knew something was very wrong with it. And that was what was making me think like it was going to be hideously expensive. Anyway, so yeah, $34 my awesome mechanic charged to fix it. And what better way to celebrate saving hundreds of dollars that you thought you would be having to shell out than by going and spending some money on stuff that you don't need to spend money on. I know, that is incredibly non-frugal and not particularly financially responsible. But hey, I'm having a stressful week here. It's Friday, and I'm having major surgery on Wednesday. So I'm a little stressed, okay? It was a little therapy shopping, okay? Little therapeutic shopping went on. A little bit of stress relief. Anyway, I decided I was going to stop at TJ Maxx because I haven't been in there in forever, and I love TJ Maxx. I always forget that there is one up near where I live now. Well, not right near where I live, but about a half hour away, which is not terribly far. So anyway, let me move my keyboard out of the way, and let me show you some of the stuff I got. If you have a TJ Maxx and you have never gone in there to check them out, so totally worth it. To me, it's one of those kind of places you can't walk in with a preconceived idea of I must get this exact item in this exact brand because what they have changes from week to week. I mean, certain things they pretty much will always have. But other times, they're just going to have some sort of out there, you never heard of it before, really cool thing. So I decided, unrelated to TJ Maxx, as we know, for like the last 2 months, I have been long overdue to color the gray, which is now getting so ridiculous. But looks like I have highlights. Nope, that would be the gray. I did pick up the hair color. Not at TJ Maxx, at the pharmacy where I always pick it up. This is the hair color I like to use. Anyway, so that was unrelated, but at least I have it now. So maybe tomorrow when I get back from running some errands, I'll actually get my hair color. So first thing I saw, I was like, you know what? I'm going to have my hair done. Let me get some makeup. And as you know, I don't wear makeup a lot of the time, but I was like, hey, new year, new trying to have a positive attitude. As I've shared with you, my father passed away. It's been a little less than 2 months. And I have really been in a funk and not taking as good a care of me as I should be. And I've been stressed. I have been stressed. I had the car problem after he died. Obviously, that was the worst, most awful thing. Then the car that I had, Sabrina LeSabre, had like a catastrophic failure of everything that was not worth fixing because it was an older car and the repair would have been more than what the car was worth. And in a hurry, I had to try to find a car within a tight budget, and I lucked out and I found my beautiful, I think I may have nauseated you at one point with a video that I show the car. If not, I'm sure I can do that soon. So, you know, if you need to see more of, and I decided on a name. I didn't want to rush into a name. My car is a 1995 Chevy Suburban, full-size Suburban, big old 8-cylinder. I love it. I love driving a bigger car, and so I'm thrilled. So I was so unthrilled when it was having problems. Anyway, the name I finally decided on was the Black Pearl. You know, like from Captain Jack Sparrow's ship. Then it was like, does that make me Captain Jack Sparrow? And I was like, I kind of like Calypso. I kind of see her as the most powerful female character in the series there. So I'm kind of back and forth. Captain Jack, Calypso. I guess depending on my day, you know, what kind of mood I'm in. I already kind of walk like Captain Jack on bad days because of the neck injury. So, but if you piss me off, I'm kind of more like Calypso. So there you have it, aspects of both. Back to the TJ Maxx haul. So I'm going to have my positive outlook and experience of what is it? Being in the moment. That's from, yes, I told you I've been meditating. And it is starting to rub off. I do catch myself throughout the day when I get particularly stressy. I do catch myself using some of the techniques that I'm learning from the Headspace app. Some people might think it's silly, but to me it's like, wow, it actually is becoming part of, it's not just when I'm sitting there using the app that I'm thinking about it. It's starting to actually like be part of my thought process even when I'm not using it, which is the whole idea. So I feel pretty good about that. So part of the new attitude, the new taking better care of me and having it show on the outside that I'm taking better care of me. I got this. It's Beauty Concepts is the brand. The little lips, the embossed lips are raised. You can feel them. Isn't that a cool looking package? That's what made me look at it. It was in the lipstick section. And it's his Pink's Liquid Lipstick Collection. And show them to you. So it's a variety of, I know it's hard to like, either it's glare or it's not a whole lot of light. But it's a variety of different shades in the sort of pink to light pink. Like some of these like really light ones, I'm not wearing any lipstick of any kind, and just the natural color of my lips is deeper than those, so those would actually might look a little kind of weird because they'd be making my lips paler looking. My face is already kind of pale. My lips are the only part that really have any color. So I don't know that I'll be a huge fan of the two lightest colors, but the other ones I thought are all a nice, pretty cool assortment. And this awesome thing, let me grab the glasses. I should just start with them in my hand because we know I'm going to have to pick them up at some point, at least once, probably more than that. It says compare at $8.99 and it was $5.99. So it was $5.99 for 8 lipsticks. Pretty happy with that. I divided the bags into non-food things and food things. So we're obviously starting with the non-food things. And yeah, I'm just going to leave the granny glasses on for the moment. This I thought was super cool. It's in a nice little box. It's a necklace, as you will see in a moment. I like all kinds of natural crystals and stones. And again, depending on which of my videos you've watched, maybe you know that about me and maybe you don't. So I thought this was really cool. The price tag is compare at $32, and it was $19.99. It's you can, if I put my hand behind it, you can probably see it a little better. The littler piece, it's not really picking up the color. The smaller stone on the top is amethyst. It's like a light purple. And then the selenite, I believe is how you, yeah, selenite is like this sort of streaky white. It's definitely got almost like a grain to it, like wood, that with like white stripes. What stripes? Like the structure of the crystal is definitely these downward straight lines. So it's the white stone with then the purple stone, and the metal is sterling silver, and it comes with, I believe it says it's a 20 or 24-inch sterling silver chain, handcrafted in the U.S. So I'm definitely looking forward to wearing this. I think it's really cool looking, and I don't have anything in selenite or selenite, or if you know how to pronounce it, and it's not selenite or selenite or selenite or something like that. Anyway, feel free to say if it's pronounced some other way. But I don't have anything made of that. And to me, it's like I love getting something that I don't already have as far as stones. I'm not necessarily picky about them being expensive stones or, you know, I don't like to be wearing what everybody else is wearing, and I do like to get stuff that came out of the earth most of the time. Now, I'm a huge Betsey Johnson fan. Have been. My luggage is pretty much all Betsey Johnson. If you see the original tag, the MSRP on this little wallet here is $58. I think I just ripped it off as I was twisting it to show it to you. It is Betsey Johnson. So it had been at $26, the compare, and then it was down to $14.99 is what I paid for it, and it is freaking adorable. It's what I need size-wise. I'm just gonna clip this off because in the store I was finding it very annoying that I always like test zippers and things before I buy something, because it's just so annoying to get home and then realize that the zipper doesn't work, you know, or one of the inner pockets is ripped or something with an item. So I'm one of those people who does like check that there's no holes in the pockets, like if it's a coat or something. So it's like a wristlet. It's got this, which does have a clip that you could take it off if you wanted to just have it like as a wallet in another bag. But it has the strap if you were carrying it by itself. I need to cut the other plastic off too. But let me show it to you up close first of all, so you can admire its absolute cuteness. It's little doggies. And then it's like, it's a wallet made with me in mind, because I stuff way too much crap in my wallet. It's got, you know, the credit card space, the ID space, where I would probably shove my checkbook space, and then it's got these two other big sections to put stuff in, including more cards. I don't know if you can see that up close. There's a whole second section for cards. And then there's a zipper section in the middle for other stuff. So, like, to me, I like a big wallet. And I do usually have it inside a larger bag. And, yeah, I saw this almost as soon as I walked in, and I was like, I have to have that. So that was, we're down to three little things left in the non-food things. I've looked at these a couple times. Basically, like for travel or for just running errands, the wrist wallet, kind of like a wristband, and has that, I never remember the name of it, RFID blocking, you know, that stops people from being able to like scan or read your cards, your credit cards or whatever, when they're in close proximity to you. So it has that, and if you look at the picture, it's kind of self-explanatory what it is. That it just, you wear it like a wristband, but it zips, and you can have like some money or your credit card or your keys in there. So if you're out doing something active that you don't want to be carrying a bag, you can have the basics with you. I'm thinking this is going to be good for traveling. I am going on a cruise in December, And for walking around, where you just basically want to have, you know, your room key and maybe some money on you if you're going off the ship at any of the ports, I thought this would be pretty perfect. That way you keep your hands free for, you know, if you're shopping or looking at stuff or whatever. God, I want the granny glasses off. I know, you're sick of hearing me say how much I don't like having them on. But anyway, so yeah, this was originally, I put them back on. I can see the big numbers. It was $4.99. That's why I paid for it. So compare it $10, and it was $4.99. And it has like the little hole there so that you can feel that it is like, it's soft, like kind of like t-shirt material. So it doesn't feel like it would be anything that would be annoying or irritating to have against your wrist. Back to the beauty section. I got this Physicians Formula Mineral Wear, and it is a correcting powder. So it's got, like, I'll show it to you, but it's got like the swirls. I see a little swirl of green, and I do know enough to know that you put green over areas that are red. Now, I forget what you put. It's got a little less of a swirl of like pink. I don't know what color would you be green that you need to correct with red. I understand the green because I understand that you would have red spots. I'm sure people who wear makeup all the time know far more about this than I do. Anyway, it was compare at, I can't even read that. I'm not even going to pretend I can read that. Compare at compare at $6, and it was $3.99, so it was marked down. And it's a nice sized compact with the different colors. And as you know, I still have my unused, which now they'll have something to be used for. My little makeup brushes that are like multicolored and look like fishtails. And I know it looks like they were used, but they came like that purple color on them is just the color of the brushes. So I've had these just hanging out with my pens here for God knows how long. And hey, now I've got something to actually use it with. And last but not least, and I thought this was great because I'm a big fan of clearance items and clearance shopping, as you know if you watched my Harry Potter clearance shopping. To me, if I like the item, I don't really care what the theme is per se. Like, am I going to not use a coffee mug in the summer because it has a Christmas tree on it? To me, that's ridiculous. Like, are there people who really put away the Valentine's Day mug someone gave them and only use it on Valentine's Day or only in February? Maybe there are people who do that, but I'm not one of them. If it's a useful type of item, and I'm not talking like purely decorative, like I'm not going out there and hanging my Christmas lights, and although for me it's like once October starts, other people don't think that the holiday season starts until Thanksgiving. No. It starts with Halloween, and I feel like October 1st, I can start putting my Halloween decorations up. So from October 1st through New Year's, like to me, it's all just one blur of decorations. Anyway, these beauties, which you can see they were marked down a couple times. Look at these socks. These are great socks. Am I going to not wear socks because they're red and green? They've got, I mean, if you look, to me, that looks like Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck. Pretty sure that's who that's supposed to be. These socks were $1. $1. And at first I was like, oh, they don't feel very stretchy, or they're not very big. And then because I have big feet. No point keeping that a secret. Yeah, I wear a size 10. I got big feet. When I put my hand in them, I was like, they're double layer. It's like I'm holding a sock and my inside hand is holding a sock. So these are double layer, like nice warm winter socks. Guess who, as we speak, is wearing 2 pair of socks? That would be me. Do you know what the temperature was when I woke up this morning and asked she who must not be named who sits on the table? When I woke up at 6 and asked her, it was -4 degrees Fahrenheit outside. Yeah, I just rolled back over and was like, the dog is gonna pretend he doesn't acknowledge, he'll play dead, he'll refuse to open his eyes, he'll not move if I clip the leash on him. They just have a way of knowing. There's no way he's gonna go, and he'll just sit there with his legs crossed until the sun comes up a little more and warms things up. And by the time it was warmed up to about, I think it was 4 degrees above, instead of being below zero. And, when we finally went out a couple hours later, I think it was close to 9 by the time I convinced him that he really needed to, go do his business. But, yeah, I had to put 2 pair of socks on. So, if you saw what I wear on a daily basis up here to go out, I just had to shed several layers of clothes to come in and do the video, because, and right now I have this gray thermal, which is long sleeve. Then I've got my little unicorn, I will cut you long sleeve t-shirt. I had a big old oversized, I could use it as practically a nightshirt, flannel shirt on. And then over that, I had a big hoodie sweatshirt on, and then I had a coat on. And then I have a pair of fleece leggings, and over them a pair of skinny jeans. So a pair of double layer socks for $1, and it's like I said, Daffy Duck and Bugs Bunny, they're not just Christmas. So if they had 10 of these, I would have bought them all. They only had 1 left. That's the only reason I only got 1. If they had more of these, I would have definitely bought more of these. Because double layer socks, where I live, total real thing that, yes, people absolutely, positively do wear. Now and I have to admit, I did dig into one of these things. That's what happens when you shop hungry and unexpectedly and just stay out of the house longer than you should have. The one I tried was this Gotta Be Sweet is the brand. It says it's carrot cake popcorn. So the plastic bag it's in started ripping. So rather than risking having it fall all over, I just put it in a big Ziploc bag so I can show it to you. To me, honestly, did I taste any carrot cake seasoning? I was expecting it to have maybe some ginger or cinnamon or some kind of carrot cake. I did not taste anything like that. To me, it just tasted like white chocolate and vanilla. It wasn't bad tasting, don't get me wrong, it wasn't bad, but it's certainly, I did not taste anything about this that would make you say carrot cake or even spice cake or even cinnamon, nothing. No kind of spicy carrot cake kind of flavor. Not even the cream cheese frosting, nothing. But again, it wasn't bad. I'm not particularly the biggest fan of white chocolate, which is why I thought this would be seasoned more and I would like it more. Because to me, white chocolate is just a nice way of saying cocoa butter. They've taken all the chocolate out of the chocolate to make it white chocolate. You know what I'm saying? I want my chocolate to taste like chocolate. It can be milk chocolate. Doesn't have to be the real strong dark chocolate stuff. I'll eat that too, and dark chocolate's healthier for you. But yeah, I like milk chocolate, and I like it with or without nuts and stuff in it. But white chocolate, not so much a fan. The other one that I thought looked interesting, and part of what made this one look interesting to me was that it does have some pretzels in there, and it looks like little M&Ms. Now this one I expect to pretty much, it's the same brand, Gotta Be Sweet, and it's just Easter Munch popcorn. Now this one I would think tastes probably just like vanilla, white chocolatey, whatever. I was drawn to the pretzels, but honestly, this one I'm not keeping for myself. This one I'm going to give to my son. I didn't mention the price, did I? They were the same price. It said compare at $6.49, and they were $4.99. So I think for $4.99, this makes a nice looking gift. The plastic bag one is cute, but it's a plastic bag. Whereas this one in the the upright container with the little lid, especially to give to a teenager who's going to keep it in his room. He would have never gone and gotten a Ziploc bag if once the cellophane bag it's in started to rip. That would have just been potential for popcorn to end up everywhere. So this is just a much better container to give a teenage boy a food item in. If you have one, you know what I'm talking about. A teenage boy that is not a food container. Sometimes I hope people realize when I'm joking, because I know sometimes I can come across as that I'm being serious. But teenage boys are messy, is my point. At least I only have one who's still a teenager. My older son is 22. He was messy when he was younger. Next, we have 3 more things, but 2 of them are the same thing but different flavors. So does that count as 2 things or 3 things? We'll start with, now I have it's Skinny Syrups is the brand. It's the sugar-free syrups that, you would put in, say, either coffee or I use them if I'm making a protein shake. Sometimes I'll throw these in. Most of the ones I have fall into either salted caramel, or I had gotten a variety that was 3 different, like, pumpkin pie related. Like, one was pumpkin cheesecake, one was pumpkin pie, and one was pumpkin caramel, I think. I also have, not from them, but a different brand. I have a chocolate macadamia flavor and a caramel pecan. So I didn't have a real wide variety of flavors. So when I saw these, I figured it was worth grabbing a couple. Let me tell you the price. Compare it, $6, and they were $3.99. So I went ahead and I got, this one is cookie dough, which I figured is different. And then I'm running out of space to put stuff down. This one caught my eye first is banana split. I also sometimes put a little bit of these in my yogurts, especially I eat a lot of the I think it's the Oikos, the 000 yogurts. And while I like them as far as the nutrition profile, that they're high protein, relatively low carb, low fat, I do find them to be a little bland. They're not bad, don't get me wrong. I eat them a lot. I eat them frequently, almost every day. I eat yogurt pretty much every day. And because of their nutrition profile, I buy them frequently. But they don't have a ton of taste, in my opinion. Some of the flavors have more taste, but some of them are pretty bland. So I do sometimes put a squirt of a syrup into them to give them a little more taste. And I was thinking, like, the banana split might be a pretty cool one to try out with some of the yogurts that just don't really seem to have much taste. Last and not least, because I thought this looked really cool, is one of the first things I picked up, actually. It says compare at $8, and it was $5.99. Almond Roe is the brand. I've never heard of the brand, personally. But look at them. It looks like, I can't think of the word. Tyrone is what I'm used to seeing it. Here they're spelling it differently. I don't know if that has to do with what language you're spelling it in. Maybe Tyrone, how we usually see it spelled, is the Italian. I think it's an Italian candy. I could be totally wrong. Work with me, people. It's like usually nougat and nuts on the inside. Usually I think it's pistachios or almonds are what's commonly in it. It's a lot of work, I believe, to make. I've never made it myself. Although if you ever watch Food Wishes on YouTube, Chef John, who I think is hysterical. Besides the fact that he's an awesome chef and his cooking videos are, he gives you all kinds of great ideas, but I think is just a blast. He's very funny. So, I mean, for entertainment value, even if I have no intention of cooking the thing, I watch his videos, and he made that. I'd swear he called it Tyrone. This looks like Turin. Anyway, I think that might just be a language thing though. But this has it in a bunch of different flavors with different stuff in it, which I found interesting because, like I said, usually it looks pretty much always the same. So this was my little haul that I treated myself to because I didn't get ripped off at the mechanic. I don't know why I put this one thing down separately from everything else. But yeah, just wanted to share with everybody. And like I said, I like TJ Maxx because I do feel like you get good deals there. And like I went in like with just the general idea of I'm going to check out some makeup and I'm going to check out some snack. Like they do lots of gourmet snack. They do lots of coffee too. I'm not a coffee person really, but if you are a coffee person, they're worth checking out there. They almost always have a selection of some of the more expensive brands of coffee at a decent price. So if I was a coffee person, I would definitely get my coffee there. But anyway, so yeah, that was my little haul. That was what I treated myself to when things went so well and incredibly inexpensively at the mechanic. And most importantly, with all the driving I have ahead of me in the next few weeks, I feel so much better. And like my stress has come down like unbelievably, just because worrying that I had all this driving ahead of me, including the 4-hour drive home I'm going to have a week after the surgery. You know, I'm not looking forward to being a passenger in a car for 4 hours a week after major surgery, let alone being the one driving. So then having on top of that the worry that my car was acting unreliably and the check engine light was on really had like me stressed out up to here. So having that taken care of today, and like I said, I have never walked out of a mechanic's and paid $34. I mean, not even for them to just look at a car and say to me, like, yeah, maybe, this could be the problem, or yeah, you need to come back and we can do a further. If they spent 5 minutes, if you pulled your car into the parking lot and spoke to somebody, I don't think I've ever paid, less than $50. And that's like literally a, oh, look at this flat tire type of thing. This was like a real full-on lift the car, get under there, take out stuff, do wiring kind of repair. $34. You can't beat that. And I'm totally thrilled with how the car's running and did a little retail therapy celebrating. So I hope everybody had a great time today. I hope your day went as well as mine did. And I'm going to play with makeup now. I know I sounded like an 8-year-old girl right there. As soon as the words came out of my mouth, I knew but I'm going to. I'm not letting the fact that I'm 51 stop me. Don't let it stop you, however old you might be. Anyway, if you liked this, found any of it please been informative or entertaining, please give me a like, subscribe, feel free to share. And I do appreciate your taking the time to watch. I always do. I know you have a lot of other things you could watch, and I always appreciate when you choose to watch one of my videos. Thank you, and have an awesome day, evening, weekend, whatever you might be doing. Thank you again, and have a great day.